So, fan housing today. Got to do a bit of modifying work. These brushes were fitted on here, and they didn't work. To be honest, I didn't think they would. So I've got some of this window trim. Just going to cut this rubber flap off of it, and use just the inside bit of the rubber. And got to cut it. I'm going to take this down and refold this edge back along again. Got to cut the very tiny bit off the end there. So yeah, this has got to come off. But I'll mark where it goes. Yeah. So basically modify this, try and get it back in the combine. We now lift the combine, either park it on a slope like we did the other day, or get a forklift under it and lift it up and put something under it to hold it up in the air, so we can get it under. We'll see. We'll probably get it outside and do it. Probably be the easiest option to do that. Just be kinder on the combine, and plus it's doing it on the grass. It's just hope it doesn't rain. It did rain a little bit, but not too much. So yeah, we'll catch you in a minute, and I'll show you some more progress if any gets made. Alright, see ya, bye. Might lift the front up, because when we lift it up in the air, that's it. Yeah. That's it, about there. Oh, you're turning it round? There you go. Another little rubber bit on the edge to sort of modify it, and according to the measurements it's just right. So it's just nice, just the right size. So, and there is a little bit of room for manoeuvre if we need to. But yeah, that's about it. So I'll catch you in a minute. There you go, look, we've got the fan housing in mostly. We've got a bit of adjusting to do. So these are the edges we put on. There's a tiny little gap that other side which we're going to fill in with some Tiger Seal, because this doesn't actually move. I'm going to bolt this down. The shaft doesn't necessarily have to go in today, but we're going to try, I think if we try and get the shaker shoe in today. This is a fresh piece of wood here. So we're going to, this will adjust on slotted holes here. Look, that we'll have to put a fresh bolt, another bolt in there, but that all moves in and out, and it will show in the book how to do it. You see it's been, the shoe was rubbing on there, look, and here on this side as well. But the whole idea of getting all this out is there was cracks at the top, and they all got, it was split down there, which actually, unfortunately, classic trait, it is something that happened to the C's. Much as this is a brilliant combine, the A's tended to last a little bit longer and put up with a bit more because they were narrower, whereas this is a third. It's actually quite a lot bigger a combine. It's almost like it's twice the size. So, and that, as was the classic thing with the combines as they got bigger in those days, they used the same bearings and the same thickness metal to do twice the work. You see, obviously on a Model A's, spot on, those Model A's, you never see cracks in the shoes, really. I mean, it does happen, but it's not that often, whereas these do often do it. So, you know, they had to be reinforced and everything like that. But anyway, we're getting there. We hope to have all that in tonight. So by the end of tomorrow night, maybe Saturday morning, we hope to get this working. I think we should just do it if we get on. Which will be, it'll be interesting to if the weather's all right on Saturday, we'll get it in the field and get it set up, get it doing a bit. I noticed there's a little hole there. Yeah, it's already had a plate put on it, but there's an extra little hole there, so we'll fill that in as well. It's just another thing to remember. I mean, it's not going to pour out with grain, but it's obviously a bit of a weakness. Right, I'll catch up with you in a little while. Bye. Right, so we've had quite a successful afternoon. I'll have to put the light on. So we've got shake shoe in, and it fits pretty good as well. We had to, the rubbers, just modify them slightly, just cut the very strip off one side, and yeah, it's there you go, look, it's all in, fan hours in the lot. You know, it's all just fitting nicely. There's a canvas strip along the top edge there. You see them two metal plates, metal strips along there. They've got little holes. The top, there's a canvas folded over that's got to be put up inside there before we do anything else. But I think that's a job for my mate really, because he's not quite as heavy. He's not quite as heavy as me, and I'll end up bending it. Oh, I got out of that one. But yeah, so we got to put the edges on. Obviously, you know, do the finalisations. We've lost a key, a little Woodruff key or whatever you call it, that goes on there. Goes on the end of the fan, but got all the fan in nicely. Yeah, we've got a little Woodruff key we lost out of there, so I've got to get one of them in the morning from somewhere. But that all lines up, all runs sweet. Yeah, so it's a case of just putting all them pulleys on, getting them, making sure everything lines up sweet. Next year, I'm going to change those bushes because I noticed they're a little bit warm, but there's not a problem. There's not a problem at all this year. But that's just something we've got to remember for next year. So we're just going to show you this. Obviously, those got to be done up and a few bits and bobs. But another afternoon, and most of this will be done. Saturday morning, few extra bits, and then hopefully. There was supposed to be a contractor to come and cut some of the field, not the one we're going to do the event in, but one up the road, just to take a little bit of pressure off us, because if we do need to cut it, then we've got a lot of more extra work. It's a whole day, say a whole day, it's a 6 acre field, 2 of these combines, this one and you know, we do that in an afternoon, going well, providing nothing goes wrong. But I don't think they're too impressed that we've got these combines, and that we, you know, it's just one of them things, isn't it? You can't please everybody, you know. Anyway, so we might have to cut a few acres. So I might have to do Sunday afternoon shift as well. We're hoping the weather's well. Obviously, if the weather ain't no good, then we've got, you know, there's nothing we can do. We just got to wait. But what we'll do is, if the weather's good Saturday, and we've got both the humpbacks, the humpback A and this humpback C, we'll take them into the field and get them set up in the barley right, so that at the event we ain't got to mess about as much. And then once obviously that humpback just needs the humpback A just needs a little bit of tweaking, because the sample weren't much good, and we noticed it weren't threshing quite as well. The shortback one's pretty good, to be honest. I noticed there's a build up of chaff in the fan housing, above the fan housing. We've got to blow all that out before we do anything. I wouldn't mind giving it a wash, but it's not the end of the world. Yeah, so then set up the seed. But then once we've basically wrapped up all of that, we're going to concentrate on the square back. And hopefully there's a chap called Neil that was planning on bringing a combine, so hopefully he brings one as well. But I should imagine his probably won't need much setting up. It's probably ready to go, just about. These combines mainly do barley. That's the thing they do generally. And to be honest, you find that there's not that much difference between barley and wheat, you know. So yeah, there you go. So we are getting there. Thankfully, it's coming together. It's like it was last year. We set ourselves a goal. We wanted to take it to Bloxham Rally, and we just got it there. But we didn't have any proper sieves. We just stuck like a grate sieve, like a grater sieve, that sort of thing, with holes in it rather than a proper like step sieve. We put one of them in it just to make it look like it was going to go, but we didn't have the sieves until later on in the season, and we wanted to get it working. We did towards the end of the season. We eventually got it cut up. We ended up cutting 20 acres with it because the New Holland we had wasn't performing the way we wanted it to, and we managed to get this to do. And then on the last day, one of the belts got stuck on it. So that's the thing. One thing I need to do, I haven't done again this year because it's just the money side of it, is stockpile a load of belts and have them all hung up, all the ones you would need, just all ready to go, you know, a pile of them, because in the end you don't necessarily really know what's going to go and what isn't. But the reasoning why it went is we had these, the gleaners don't come with these. You see a lot of people running gleaners and they just flick the belt off. But all it needs is these, just to steady it, so that the belt, because all that happens is the weight of the belt will hang and it will start gripping. It doesn't take much to grip, but if you see that, it just takes a bit of the force off of it. Yeah, so there you go, back to front combine. It's funny how it turns it back front. That's the proper way around. Yeah, nice afternoon. So it's mad working every night, you know. I have to go out in the mornings before I go to work, so I actually get to work for 9:30, but I start, you know, I get up about 7:30 at the minute because I'm working late. Get to work, and literally pretty much every night. I do try and have Sundays off, but like I say, I might work Sunday afternoon this week. But you know, occasionally I have an afternoon off, maybe once a week at the minute, but pretty much every night of the week I'm not getting actually even in the house until 11:30. The other night I didn't get in the house until 12 o'clock at night, and that's just working literally all day. But I know there's no complaining. I actually do enjoy it. So right then, might do a video tomorrow, see how I get on. Probably will do actually, because hopefully the combine at the Model C will hopefully be just strutting its stuff tomorrow afternoon. I mean, I don't know if we'll have a header on it, but we won't be far off. I should imagine we'll probably have the whole thing running up tomorrow afternoon. Say the whole thing, the whole unit, the main combine unit will be up and running hopefully. But we'll see. Yeah, so again, I'll catch you later. Goodbye.